Welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, and today I'm giving you some big updates from the transfer market, deals that are advancing and close to happening, also the situation of FRENKIE de Jong. So make sure to stay tuned for this update on the transfer market. So we're going to start off with Barcelona, and Eric Garcia is him and Andreas Christensen are both linked to have moves away, and from what I've been told is Andreas Christensen is available on the market and up for sale, and also Eric Garcia. So both players, the thought is only one will be up for sale, but two are up for sale. Christensen one due to the contract situation as well doesn't help, and we know Barcelona need funds to try and register players and this sort of thing. So from what I'm hearing, only one centre-back will be sold in January, and Girona are now gaining confidence in the deal to sign Eric Garcia in January. We know Garcia was on loan at there last season, and he played an important role in getting Girona Champions League football. So at the moment, it's not clear on the formula of the transfer. It might be a loan with an option to buy, a loan with an obligation to buy, just a straight loan, or a permanent transfer. Barcelona, I presume, will be open. It's a permanent transfer, but we never know. But a move to Girona in January currently looks more likely than him staying at FC Barcelona. And Eric Garcia's stance on it himself is he will only leave Barcelona for Girona. So we know numerous clubs in Spain are scouting Eric Garcia, but Garcia wants Girona if he has to leave FC Barcelona, which he has to. So now next up is Nikola Zalewski from Roma, and last summer we know he was linked with moves all over the place in Turkey, and that was from Galatasaray, and Galatasaray were very interested in Nikola Zalewski last summer, and his contract expires at the end of this season, and Roma are open to the sale in January to avoid losing him on a free next summer. And contract talks, nothing's gone on, so the expectation is that Roma will try and sell him in January. And clubs from Turkey, the big clubs, are seriously interested in Nikola Zalewski. Obviously, I've just mentioned that Galatasaray wanted to sign him in January. A deal didn't happen, but now this is the same with Fenerbahce and Besiktas, and a move in January is expected. And top clubs in Italy, them three clubs, are both planning to take concrete steps in the next weeks to sign the player in the winter transfer window. So one to keep an eye on here, big clubs in Turkey. He's expected to move to Turkey. Fenerbahce, really the one that stands out for me, with him working with Jose Mourinho before. So we have to wait and see, but Roma don't want to lose him as a free transfer, so they would like to get a fee for Nikola Zalewski. So next summer, in the winter, he will leave Roma for a fee if an offer comes in. So now next up is a player who was a really important player, it seemed like, for Barcelona in the future, but obviously, he has been on the list for quite a while of leaving Juventus, and that is Arthur Melo, who we know has had a few loan deals now, on loan to Fiorentina last season, where he did get some minutes and he was alright for them, but they decided against triggering the buy option for Arthur Melo, which I think was around 20 million euros, something like that. But as I've kept you updated on Twitter at Transfer Daily, Spanish clubs are interested in Arthur Melo, and there's one club who are pushing for Arthur Melo, and that is Real Betis. Real Betis are pushing for the signing on loan in January, and a loan deal, I'm not sure what it could be, but one thing I do know is Juventus want to include a buy option, as we've known Juve have wanted to sell Arthur Melo now for the last 3-something years, but no club has decided to trigger a buy option, and they've always moved for loans. But Real Betis are pushing now for the signing of Artemalo. A move to Spain, as I've just said, is the most likely after as many clubs. We know Como, who Cesc Fabregas manages, did also approach, and they've had talks of Artemalo and Juve, but Spanish clubs have been really pushing in the last weeks, and Betis are working hard to secure the loan deal. It won't be a permanent deal, definitely not, but a straight loan for 6 months or a loan with an option to buy. It won't be an obligation to buy, but Real Betis currently leading the race. Jan Nicholas Best now is who I'm going to talk about, and we know he signed for Benfica last summer after an impressive season in the Bundesliga with Heidenheim, if that's how you say it, but now he is obviously going to be a player who's up there for a move in January after the deal not working out at Benfica, and a mutual kind of agreement between the player and also Benfica that he will leave. And as we know, Crystal Palace are interested in him, but a new update on Jan Nicholas Best is he is on the list of RB Leipzig for the January transfer window. So a move back to Germany would probably be the most realistic option instead of moving to Crystal Palace, but first contacts have already been made by RB Leipzig, and it is still only though in the early stages of a potential deal, but as we know in the transfer market, things can move quickly. So the formula of the transfer that's been explored by Leipzig is a loan with an option to buy. So it could be one and then January transfer windows where we are seeing a lot of loans, which you usually do, and RB Leipzig looking at Jan Nicholas Best. Talks aren't advanced, but initial contacts have taken place. So we have to wait and see for Leipzig what will happen with Jan Nicholas Best. Last up, I am going to be talking about the situation of Frenkie de Jong. So quite a big story at the moment. Fans are torn on Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona fans are. Do we extend his contract? Do we not? And as we know his contract expires in 2026. So an extension will have to happen pretty soon, before the end of the season, maybe. But the current situation is that a few weeks ago, no talks had taken place over a renewal, and it was looking like De Jong could leave Barcelona. But a new update has came out today, and Frenkie de Jong and Barcelona have had discussions in the last week over a potential contract renewal. So nothing's advanced. It's just talks at the first stages, and I mean the first stages. No agreement is close, and both parties are happy with each other, despite reports that De Jong's unhappy or Barcelona are unhappy. Hansi Flick is happy with Frenkie de Jong. Obviously, he's returning from an injury, which doesn't help under a new manager, but they're both happy with each other. So De Jong isn't unhappy, neither is Barcelona. But as I've always said, is that the big sticking point in the race for, the situation for Frenkie de Jong is his wages. We know he's one of the highest paid players out there, and for Barcelona, the wages would have to drop a fair amount for a new deal to happen for Frenkie de Jong. So that is a new update. There's Premier League clubs who are there just in case if he does become available, which it's uncertain at the moment because talks are at the early stages, but a move to Saudi Arabia won't happen despite links, is what De Jong's agent said earlier, and there's a feeling from De Jong's camp that he would like to stay at Barcelona. So we never know. Obviously, we had that crazy saga a few seasons ago where Manchester United and De Jong and Barcelona. So you never know what could happen. But at the moment, nothing really advanced going on, like advanced that he will leave the club or in contract talks it's advanced. So It's all just a bit up in the air at the moment, but I'll keep you updated with further updates. So, thank you for watching the video. I will be back consistently now, obviously a few days off, but I will try and upload videos every day. So thank you for watching. More updates on the transfer market coming to you. Also, make sure to go and follow us on Twitter at Transfer Daily. And make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video.